I just had the most violent chocolate milkshake of life, like the god of all milkshakes. Okay, it was delicious, and I love chocolate milkshakes, and this was like a handmade milkshake, so it was like extra good. But I am rounding out under the sweater right now. There's noise, sound, shapes, feelings, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what happens when I have dairy, because I don't really have dairy that often, so that's why I'm like not used to it, especially such a violent amount of dairy. But I was just thinking, of course a helicopter decides to fly right now. There was no helicopters for like the past 4 hours, but right now. All right, imagine a thought I was just having. Could you imagine if instead of our stomachs bloating from dairy, like our asses bloated, and we all just had like little dump trucks every time we had dairy? I would be chugging. I would be going straight to the cow. You could not unlatch me from there. And I would just be a dump truck. I would live, laugh, love, dump truck. But why can't that happen? I need to know if there's a correlation between like wearing a lot of makeup in high school and then wearing like not a lot when you're in your 20s. For context, I used to wear like the most absurd amount of makeup every day in high school. Like I refused to leave my house unless I had like a full face of cake on. This was my everyday makeup in high school. Live, laugh, love. Please don't ask me questions. I don't know what was going on either. But now that I'm in my 20s, I'd like only wear makeup when I need to. And even in that situation, I might even cancel plans sometimes because I just don't want to get ready. And on the flip side, the girls that I remember being like mascara girlies, little to no makeup, all like pound their faces down now. So what's going on? So my thing is, I won't like talk to a man, I won't show any real interest in a man and then get like confused when he's not madly in love with me. But when I'm talking to a guy, I'll just like stop answering their texts and then I'll text my friends being like, oh my god, he hasn't texted me in a few days, and she'll be like, oh, did you text him? And I'll be like, oh, I just didn't answer his last message, he should just follow up and like text me again. She's like, see, like that's not how it works. But last night, okay, I fell in love. I was out and I walked past this beautiful man. He was so gorgeous and he was so tall. Caught him glancing at me a few times, but I didn't do it back. I didn't do it back because that felt kind of cringy to me and I wanted him to come up to me and be in love with me. And then he left with a girl. And I was so upset. And I went to my friend and I was like, how dare you fucking leave with another girl? She's like, well, did you talk to him? And I'm like, no. She's like, Sahar. I'm sick of the self-proclaimed girls being the ones that are self-proclaimed. You're not a girl's girl. You're not, okay? I see it too much. I'm like, you are mean. You are mean to other girls. You're not a girl's girl. You do shady ass fucking shit. It's always the girls who are out here preaching left and right like I'm such a girl's girl. No, the fuck you aren't. You aren't a girl's girl, okay? You can't do the shit that you do and be a girl's girl. I hate when I get all ready and feel like I look cute and then not enough people see it. Like, you know when you waste a good outfit? It's like wasting a good makeup day, a good hair day, a good everything day. That was me today. Look at the vibes. Look at this sweater. Look at my glittery eye makeup. Not enough people saw it. Okay? So here we are. Take it in. I know. It's amazing. All right. We all have those crushes that are like your hallway crush, your work crush, whatever. Like people who don't really talk that much, you don't really speak to them. So you create this entire personality in your head for them. And it's such a mystery and that makes you want them even more. For me, there's this guy who's like my building crush. I want to say lives in my building. Super cute, right? Super fine. Something about him always gave me like an Australian vibe. So my nickname for him was always Australian guy. And whenever I'd see him around, I'd be like, oh my god, Australian guy this, Australian guy that. Anyways, Australian guy recently got a girlfriend, okay? The other day I saw him with his girlfriend and they were just like sitting around playing music out loud. He starts playing like country music that I've never heard in my life. And then he starts talking, doesn't have an Australian accent. It threw me off so much because I was like, you are nothing like the personality I created for you. Why did I like the version of you better in my head? Anyways, this is a sign that you like the version of them, not actually them. I don't think anything will ever beat being told you smell good. Like, it's not like a normal compliment, it's like a top tier compliment. Like when someone tells me, oh my gosh, you smell so good, I'm like, did you just fall in love with me? Because that kind of sounded like a love confession. Vivid dreams need to calm down, okay? Y'all want to know a story? I've been waking up every day confused in my own apartment, in my own bed, being like, where am I? Because these dreams are so vivid. You know, dreams are usually like blurry. And then you're like, oh, I can't remember. I remember. I remember them all. The faces were so clear. And you know what's crazy about dreams? The way that like they have you convinced that certain things are like where they're. Like I had a dream that my apartment had 2 pools, one on the roof and one on the ground. And in my head I was like, oh, I've been to this pool so many times, da da da. When have I been? And have I dreamt about that pool before? Because it felt like I dreamt about it before. And I'm like, damn. Dreams are crazy. The day we can record dreams is the day that like the world is gonna change. Listen, I'm gonna say this to you before you do something really stupid. You cannot convince someone to like you if they don't like you, okay? If you're obsessed with a boy, no, nothing you can do, changing your hair, changing your existence, changing your likes, changing your entire personality, he's not gonna like you. It's not gonna work like that. Same goes with friends. If they don't like you, you could beg and plead and chase and they're just gonna make fun of you. They don't like you, you cannot make them like you. And that's okay. You will find someone who just likes you and you don't have to do anything. I love when people have like obsessions with things and it's like super random. Like my friend Brianna has an obsession with cheese and it's so funny because like Brie is a cheese and her name is Brie, so it's like Brie cheese. It's like meant to be. And other friends like obsessed with cars and she'll tell you all these random names and things describing a car, being like, oh my god, that car's that, this. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool that she knows that. Camp Cameron's into like whales or whatever, like that's cute. And I love when people have like random obsessions like that, and I always want them to talk about that obsession to me because it's so fun like watching their eyes like light up while they talk about it. And this is why I always say you should just like be yourself, because I feel like when you're yourself, you just like glow, like you're just like shining and shimmer. I feel like it's so attractive. It's so attractive when someone is themselves. So just like be you, be authentically you, don't be embarrassed to be you, and everyone will fall in love with you. One thing about me is I'm really bad at like letting myself feel things. If something bad happens to me, I just pretend it never happened, pretend it doesn't exist. I can't be hurt by it if it didn't happen, right? Apparently that's like a band-aid solution. It makes you like bottle up your hurt and you never actually like move on from it. Lately I've been trying to like let myself feel things. I put the blush on the wrong spot. I had a rather emotional week. I did snooping that got my feelings hurt. That put me in this very spiteful mood where I decided I need to better my life in every way because that is the only way I can get revenge. Hence the aggressive working out and hence the mental breakdown haircut. I was very sad. Normally I would lie and be like, no, I'm not sad, I'm fine, because we're trained to feel like we have to be fine even when we're not fine. And I was like, I'm gonna let myself be sad. So I cried like a baby. I coming home from the bar, sobbing, face puffy, eyes red, snot bubbling out of my nose. But I will say after crying, I felt so much better and I feel great right now. Even though I'm still kind of sad about what happened, I'm not as sad as I was before I cried.